Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Craft and Chat Thursday. I'm Debbie Moore. How's everybody been? Have you had a good week? I can't believe it's Thursday. Honestly, these weeks are just flying by. And, you know, yes, my life is hectic. I keep going up the A1 and back again. And I'm off back to Darlington tonight again. I'm up in Darlington for 4 days. It's just been crazy. But I'm really excited to be here. And one of my absolute favourite techniques, or I should say crafting, there's no way to describe it. It is a crafting technique, but it's so much more. Memory books. I don't know if anybody's had a go at ever doing memory books. I've got loads of you on. I am going to read loads of questions or queries, but I have one for you. Okay, and this is the one that we're going to be doing for the like and share for today. Have you had a go at making a memory book or a junk journal? And if you haven't, would you like to have a go? Now, a lot of people say to me, why do I love memory books? I mean, the reason I love memory books is, as some of you are aware, a few years ago my mum passed away, and it was while she was ill. She had cancer, bless her, and we started to pull apart, well, put together photos and to do almost like a keepsake book. And she inspired me to create a range called Create and Cherish, and it was all about creating books for memories, and that's how this range was born. Now we've got so much more on tonight's show. We've even got some amazing junk journals that Bella's been doing with Tim Holtz products, or with Bella products, with, wait till you see, one of my brand new favorite techniques, paint and rice paper. That is all I'm going to say, and you have to stay tuned. Oh my goodness, there's loads of you. So let's have a look. We've got Molly, Pat, Dawn, Sylvia, Margaret, Chris. Oh, Chris is loving the gnome in the hammock. Did you like that? We actually have a little gnome kit on today, but I will be bringing out, I think, very soon, the brand new Gardening Loans, the full collection, digital collection as well, because that's not out yet, everybody. I've got Marie, I've got Jenny, Sylvia, Brenda, Margaret, Carol, Sharon. My goodness, I've got Janet, and Anne, you said, hi all, I think we're in for a great evening. Me too, because it's one of my absolute favorite things at the moment, because memory books and junk journaling is, to me, it's a way to keep those cherished memories alive, but also you grow as a person. You learn more about your family or your friends or even those special moments. And it's also a way to take time out of a busy schedule and just have that downtime. And that's what I found with memory books. I have got Margaret, I've got Victoria, Iris, Mandy, I've got Denise, I've got Now, was that two people, two Anns? Oh no, it's the same Anne who's saying hi. Evening, Debbie and Dave and the Crazy Crafting Gang. I've got another Anne Bond. Shadia from Canada says hi. Good evening, Debbie and Dave. I've got Heather. I've got Kaya, who says hi. Hello, Debbie and Dave and our international crafting family, because that's exactly what we are. We're all family now. Some of you have been with me from the start. Oh my goodness, do you know I started in April, I think it was, 2020? Yes. And I'm still as crazy as ever. A little bit more organized, I think. And the studio, look at this studio. I get my own studio now, which I'm so excited. And a dedicated Facebook channel called Craft. I've just been told my bracelet's making noise. Bella, would you get me a drink of water, please? I'm just going to cough. Excuse me, everybody. I'm already talking too much. So, where was I? So I've got... Dave, I think she's gone out and got me some water. Can you just pass me that water over there, Dave, please? So I've got Kathleen, Jennifer, I've got Molly, Elizabeth, Marianne. Typical, everybody. I'm so sorry. Excuse me while I just get some water. Oh, do you know what? I haven't coughed all day. Oh, that's much better. So, Dave, hopefully somebody will find me a glass out to drink that. So let's get going. So I've got Elizabeth, I've got another Chris, I have got Margaret, I've got Sophie, Claire, Andrea, Sue, and I'm going to keep drinking water because I think my voice is going to go tonight. Oh my goodness. Everybody, Dave's just laughing behind the camera over there saying, great, I've lost my voice. Do you have a partner like that? Obviously, Dave is one of those where he's very sarcastic. Okay, everybody, I'm glad everybody's looking forward to Mary Brooks. I've got Margaret, I've got Debbie, I've got Beverly. Teresa says hello all. I have got Janet, I've got, she says, love making memory books. Brian says, good evening, Debbie and Dave, and you all crafters. It's my birthday today. I'm 63. I'm not celebrating anything as usual day for me, as a happy birthday to all in May. Oh, Brian, happy birthday. And yes, there's loads of us who have their birthdays in May. Mine's in 2 weeks' time, on the 30th. But honestly, I'm so honoured that you are spending your birthday here with me. So hopefully I can cheer you up and make you smile and share with you some top techniques. I've got Anne saying hi, I've got Kim, I've got Dee. She says, I have never made a memory book but would love one. Just wait till you see, Dee, how easy it is. I've got Michelle, I've got Dawn saying, made a memory book for my mum of all the family, like and share, oh bless you. So I've got, Teresa says, I keep meaning to do a memory book, but need a push to do it, like and share. Oh, Bella's just come back, everybody, and she's bringing me a drink. Oh, she's pulling her face because she's brought me whatever a Montrose mug is, FC. So that must mean a football. So it's just because I need a drink of water. Dave did give me this because I started choking, but this is much better. But I will put the mug out of you, everybody, because it's not pink. I have got Zoe saying hi. Victoria says she's made 2 memory books and 1 journal, so plan on doing more when I'm able. Well, I'm actually going to share with you tonight also how to do a diary, because I know I've had a couple of people have asked that. Kathleen says, I would love to have a go, but taking the first step is daunting. Kathleen, it really isn't. Seriously, when you see how easy it is to create these memory books, you're going to fall in love with them. Jenny says, I've made memory books and had a go at a diary. I love it. I cannot wait for tonight's show. Oh, Jenny, thank you for that. Maria says, not made them and yes, would like to have a go. I've got Karen saying, hi Dave, hi Dave, and hope all is okay. Carol says, is Dave in pink too? No, he's not in pink. He's in blue today. I've got loads of you saying that you'd like to have a go at memory books. I've got Cheryl. I've got Debbie says, love to all. I've got Linda. Lorraine says, I'd love to do a memory book. I bought your Create and Cherish CDs. It's just not had a chance to start. So I wonder which Create and Cherish you bought. We've got volume 3 on tonight, which is the latest one. But all of them are just as beautiful. And they all do exactly the same thing. I've got Violet, Betty, Wendy says, I haven't done a memory book yet, but would love to make one. Well, hopefully I'm going to inspire loads of people, and just wait till you see. I am going, should I? In a few more minutes, I'll show you what Bella's made, because that is just awesome, and you're going to love that. Well, you're going to love all of them, really. And yes, I'm a little bit hyper. You do not know the week I have got to go ahead. Basically, when I finish here, and I'm going to be finishing tonight at 8:15, everybody, because I then have to drive up to Darlington, which apparently is 4.5 hours, and we're not going to get there till about 1 something in the morning. And then I am clearing the warehouse in Darlington tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. And then I'm at the funeral for Dave's dad. So it's a very long weekend and also very emotional. So you need to cheer me up tonight, as well as me cheering you guys up as well. I have got, oh my goodness, it's gone really crazy. I've got Trudy. Pat says, I've never made a journal, but would love to have a go. What are you going to? Oh my goodness, I've got Cynthia, never tried, but looking forward to tonight. Oh my goodness, loads of you are loving the idea of having a go at the journal. And Anne says, no, I haven't made one, but I'd love to, although I do scrapbooking. Well, Anne, if you do scrapbooking, you kind of have done a little bit of the book. I suppose I should have asked to have you bookbind before. That would have been the question, because that's what I'm going to show you how to do. My voice is nearly better, everybody. I must have inhaled some glitter. Let's blame the glitter. Never mind my hair. I've got Anne Bushell saying hi. I've got Iris saying, haven't made one yet. There was one in the warehouse box, so I'm going to have a go. Oh, brilliant. Shadia says, I made my first memory book. It will be presented to one of my colleagues who is retiring after working at the hospital for 45 years. Oh, wow. I've got Jane says, good evening. Yes, I'm doing a journal now, and surprise, surprise, it's Art Deco. Well, Jane, there's nothing wrong with that. Seriously. Once you get the idea of how easy it is to do the journaling, whether you do a memory book, a journal, or notebook, I mean, who wouldn't want a notebook like this? I've sewn this book. It looks like I've gone and bought it from W.H. Smith's. It looks professional finished. It was printed off from the USB key, and it gives you that wow factor. And it looks like a proper hardback notebook. But if you don't want to do that, you can even do what's the opposite of not a hardback? Come on, Bella, what is it? Paperback. So you know the ones, I mean, oh, this one. So these ones, you can create these books, still stand up, but not as sturdy. So you can do notebook, shopping books, the lot, dead easy. Right, who have I missed? Oh my goodness, it's gone crazy. I've got Mare, I've got Kaya, I've got Anne says, love a memory book. Made 2 last week. Oh, did you? I think I saw that on the Facebook, Anna. I've got Cara who would like to do the memory book. Teresa says, I have bought the Create and Cherish CD, but I haven't used it yet. Well, Teresa, you're going to have love tonight. Avril says, hi, Debbie, really enjoyed the Cardalicious event. Oh, Avril, was that last week or was it the week before? See, my days are blended together. Well, I'm so glad you enjoyed the craft day. Oh, I've got some news, everybody. Bella, myself, and Amanda are going to be attending the, I don't know what the show is now, Creative Crafts Show at the NEC from the 24th to the 26th of June. And we're doing a big, massive make and take area with 375 free tickets for workshops. How's that? So we will be sharing that information in the next, hopefully in the next week or two, and then you'll be able to pre-book your free tickets if anybody's going to the NEC. Now, if anybody's at home thinking, oh, I wish you were nearer, we are going to be doing some special make and takes online for you all. Oh, look, Dave's brought me a cup of tea in a pink mug. So cheers, everybody. I'm going to have a mouthful of that. Actually, maybe I shouldn't. It's a bit hot. Right, okay. I have got Tracy says, oh, bless you. Tracy says she's been in hospital this afternoon. Oh, bless you. Getting injections all the way down your back and nerve block in my foot. Well, I hope I can cheer you up a little bit and take care. Chris has never made a memory book, but I don't know why. It just has never occurred to me to make one. Well, Chris, hopefully I can inspire you. Okay, oh my goodness. I've got Shelley says, hi, I made it laying down, had a bad headache, but gone just in time. Oh, well, Shelley, I'm glad you made us. Elizabeth says, I've just started to overdo 2-week break from my voluntary job. I'm looking for, it's going crazy. Sorry, I can't read. I'm going to start lower. So if I miss anything, I'm sorry. I've got Helen joining us from Cyprus. Denise has made diaries and recipe books and her own gardening journal. Do you know what? I am so glad you did that. I put that gardening journal on because I'm just learning to do gardening. And I thought, I need notes. I'm going to forget all this about gardening. And you think it, I bet some of you are laughing and think, what is Debbie on about? So I actually, last year when my grandfather passed away, I dug up 2 rose bushes, I think, or 3 rose bushes, some lavender bushes, and some other flowers that I don't even know what they're called. And I started to try and make notes. So that was, when did I dig them up? I think it was, November. It really is a learning curve for me. So I started to put notes everywhere, but then the Create and Cherish, that's why we designed so that you can have a section. So you not only make a diary, you can do a gardening diary as well. I've got, Shadia says, get her a cup of tea, please, Dave. Thank you. He did, Shadia. Okay. Oh, Jenny says, yes, I have a partner like you, Dave. Like your Dave. Surprisingly, his name is Dave as well. Oh, well, did I ever tell you, everybody, I bought Dave a t-shirt for Christmas that said, everybody needs a Dave. It was just one of those gimmicks. I've got Philip saying hi. I've got Joyce, Michelle. Wow, there's loads of you. I have got Jules. I've got Kim. Don't forget to like and share and tell me what you think. You know, have you had a go at doing junk journaling before? Would you like to have a go? Now, we do use all this information just so we know going forward what videos we want to do and how things are, what people want to look for. So the like and shares are important. And also we want to share the community with everybody. So thank you for everybody that's doing it. Oh, Lorraine says it's her birthday on the 30th as well. So we are, what's it called? Is it Gemini? Twins. I'm not into horoscopes, everybody, but somebody tell me if that's right. I'm sure it is. I've got Kim just joined us. Sharon says, happy birthday to everybody whose birthday is today. Tracy says, I'm just making one for my daughter. Just the first one of many. Oh, Tracy, I'm so glad. So it looks like some of you have had a go at doing them. Beverly says, I've never had the confidence to try a memory book or journal. Right, Beverly, stay tuned. Get yourself a pencil. To be fair, if anybody doesn't write this down, you can watch Facebook Live again. Plus, we'll also be putting some other tuition videos for you to actually have a look at. The like and share, Rosina, is to tell me if you would like to, or if you had a go at memory books. If you haven't, would you like to have a go at one, or even junk journaling? So where am I? Debbie says, big hug for Dave, not to leave you out, of course. Thank you, Debbie. Right, I've got more people joining us. Oh, Denise has put that she's made, like I said, I missed part of it. She also, she did for her brother-in-law for Christmas a year before, inspired by the journals. That's lovely. I've got more and more people getting on. I'm getting really crazy with this, trying to actually answer these questions. Pearl's just joined. You said, hi, Debbie, Dave, and Bella. Thank you for sorting out my order for the 24th of April. Invoice sorted, paid, and delivered. And it went, Pearl. Hopefully there was nothing else on there. Lorraine said she bought the first 2 CDs. I've got Hilda says, hi all, just found the channel. Can't wait to watch all you lovely makes. Oh, well, welcome. I've got Jane says, I'm intrigued by this evening. I'm hoping to make them. Well, you're going to, when I show you how easy it is, and especially Bella as well. I think I've teased you enough. So let me show you a couple of things. So, oh, Bella's just told me I was right. Okay, but I'm not into horoscopes that much. So, for anybody that did ask me, yes, we were right. It was Gemini twins, apparently. So, for tonight, I'm going to show you how to actually create memory books. Now, memory books, as I said, were inspired by my mother. And we created the first one, and this is it here. And the idea of memory books, this is the first one I did, and I've obviously done more since. The idea, and before anybody asks, yes, that's me there, that's my sister, that's my grandmother, and that's my mother. So, and there is another one with my grandfather, my mother, and that's me with red hair when I was younger. So the idea is you create a book, okay, that you can sew. It's very easy to sew it together, and the idea is you put the book's photos in, and you can write little messages. So that's the whole idea behind it. Oh, look, everybody, there's Dave when we got married. This is a wedding day with my mum, and there's my sister. So the idea is you can then fill it. So that was what inspired me to create it. This was the first mock-up that I did, and what I did with the photos, I actually scanned them in, and then I had digital options. So if you don't, you can do that, or you can just cut up your original photos, and that way I can get the sizes that I wanted, because sometimes the photos turned out to be really small or the wrong size, and so you've got that option. I know people were worried about cutting up photos, and this is what I did. I mean, this is me when I'm, I think, 2 with my mother in Spain. Okay, and look, I don't even ask me what that car is because I haven't got a clue. So the idea behind them is you can have lines on them. So we'll come back into that detail in a bit. So that is memory books, okay. But from there, you can then also, from the same technique, you can create notebooks. So this looks like I've bought it. So this is a notebook, okay. So you've got the option that you can write, and the idea I've got, so I can do sketches of ideas, and you've got those options as well. And then you can then create things like this. So this is a recipe book, and this is also on the CDs that you can actually write it in. You can even take a picture and put it here. You can put your sketches on, or your writing, or your methods in there. So you've got that option. And then there's the diary. So you can create your own diary. So you can put the birthdays on. Okay, you've even got a calendar. So the idea is a week calendar, so you can put the days of the week and you can write them, or coming up in today's show, there's a set of stamps being designed, so you can stamp the days of the week and the month and everything on here, and the idea is you can then write your tasks. So that is the basis of the diaries, okay? However, junk journaling is the next step. So just to show you some, Edith Cartwright, if you're watching, Edith sent me this in as a little gift. And we'll be doing something similar to this. So this is a type of junk journaling, okay, where you can, she's actually put your photo here, put your journal or your photo there. So this is a type of junk journal. And then there's one here, okay. So this is the same process of, if you have a look on here, so we've sewn this in. This was actually sent in as well as a sample. So this is junk journaling, where you can actually sew in an envelope, so you can put all your little bits of ephemera in there, and you can stain it, and also using, I remember a couple of weeks ago we had this corner punch on, so you can use a corner punch and corner the actual edges of your paper, Okay, and this is so easy to do. Or the next one, look what Bella's going to show you how easy to do. So this is another type of junk journaling. As you can see, purple, beautiful colours. We'll come back to these products later, so we're going to go through it. This is rice paper. This has been inked, painted, so this is rice paper, everybody. And Bella will go through in more detail because these are the products that we have on today's show. And as you can see, we've even got paints on here. We've got some motifs. This is still rice paper that we have on today's show. This is a gorgeous stencil by Tim Holtz that we have on today. And these are our life quote stamps that we had a couple of weeks ago. But look at that beautiful stencil. And that's just used, I think it's with, is it oxide or distress inks? So this is oxide ink by Tim Holtz that's been put on here, on top of it. And all this is rice paper. And this is some lettering that we have on today's show. And Bella's going to explain this in more detail later. And it's just to show you the different types of books that you can have. Alan's just joined us saying, what is the like and share? Alan, the like and share is to tell me if you have ever done a memory book or a junk journal book, and if you haven't, would you like to learn how to do one? Right, okay, I've lost while I was chatting, there's been loads of messages, so sorry if there's any questions. Shelley says, I've never made a memory book or any book, but I'm looking forward and seeing the ideas. Well, hopefully this has inspired you, and it is so easy because on this one, this is actually already hole punch. You don't even have to sew it together, and I'm actually going to go through that doing today's show. So I can see Kim says, I've tried your diaries but can't get to grips with the sewing. Well, I'm going to go through that in a second, okay? Lorraine says, my dad was Dave and he was lovely too. Oh, that's lovely. Where are we? So Carolyn says, made a memory book for my grandson's teacher last July and wedding memories with my late parents for my sister. Oh, I'm so happy to hear this, everybody. And you know what? I know my mum would be, because it was actually my mum, bless her soul, that inspired me to bring out the Create and Cherish range so more and more people can create lovely books and diaries. I mean, how cool is this one? So this is off the range that we have on tonight. And this has been sewn, and you can see it's hardback. I think Sharon asked about the paper for hardback books. I will be explaining it later on, but this is a little notebook that we've made. It's been sewn, you know, looks like exactly like you would if you bought it from W.H. Smith. So, you know, they do loads of gorgeous stationery. I mean, I used to buy loads, but can you see? If I make that, you can see that is being sewn. It isn't as hard as it looks, everybody. And I'm not joking. And the people that have done that know what I mean. So this is a notebook that's in the collection. Where am I? Have every intention of having a go on a junk journalism. Oh, Sharon, you're going to love it. I have got Judy just joined us, set from New Hampshire in America. Hi, Judy. Oh, somebody said that they couldn't get to grips with the sewing. Now, I will be honest with you, everybody. I won't be able to do the whole journal, or should say the memory book from start to finish. My plan is to start the first 2 stages, okay, and then upload the video. Over the weekend, well, maybe not over the weekend. I'll see if I can hunt it out over the weekend. If not, definitely early part of next week of the rest of it. Because I really want Bella to show you how to do this as well. And I'm sure you want to know how to do this as well. So I will be able to, I'll go through the techniques and we're going to start in a few minutes. So hopefully I haven't missed anything that people have any queries with. We're going to start and go through everything. Mel says, I'd like to have a go at memory books. Oh, brilliant. And also Michelle. Michelle says, would love to do a memory book and never tried. Oh, great. Susan says, I haven't tried this yet, but would love to have a go. Currently, I'm doing mixed media for the first time. Congratulations. Well, this junk journal is mixed media. Basically, mixed media can be put on everything. Can't it, Bella? It can literally go on absolutely anything. So, right, okay. I think I've got Rosina says, made lots of memory journals and residence in care homes from many years ago. Oh, so it looks like you're all enjoying the idea of it. I've got Andy says, love making memory books, but need to try your way of making them with the stitching. It is easy, okay? Honestly, Andrea, I wouldn't say it. And it's one of my absolute favourite pastimes when I have time. At the moment, my life's upside down. But I love card making, and that's brilliant. But the joy I get, because I'm one of these people that used to collect notebooks. I would just go and buy one at the time. Now I don't buy them. I design them and make them, and you can actually make them as small. Where's it gone? Look, you can do little ones. Once you get the idea, you can do any size. You can make them for your handbags, literally any size you want. So everybody, I'm going to go through the procedures and everything. I'm like everybody's messages. I've got Mandy Taylor's just joined us. Hi, Mandy. Oh, Mandy Taylor, if anybody, I would like everybody to say hello to Mandy, because Mandy is joining my team, and she and I will be sharing some good news next week. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm like. I'm being very good about secrets, but next week we have a massive launch, I should say a massive news to share of what's coming in to our warehouse. All I can say is the trucks have arrived, but it's not unpacked yet. That's all I'm saying about that. Right, okay, so I've got, Maxine says, not my cup of tea, but going to watch, and you never know. Well, Maxine, hopefully, even if it's not the memory books, one of the techniques that Bello shared, you might enjoy it. I've got Anita saying, sorry I'm late, I've just remembered what day it is. Oh, bless you. I have got, oh my goodness, Alan says, can you make them without sewing? Yes, you can. You just need to punch holes in, and you can do it how Bella's done it, okay? Susan says, I've never made a memory book, but I'm ready and willing to learn. Oh, loads of you putting loads of gorgeous messages. Thank you, everybody. I've got Lucy just joined us. I've got Liz. And Alan says, need some more mail designs if possible. Alan, I am on it. Okay, we are actually launching a brand new, I don't know when it's going to be ready actually. I think the back end of this month and beginning of next, we've got a brand new Classic Cards for Men Volume 2. Okay, so there's plenty of mail designs on there for you to enjoy. I have got Heather joined us. I have got everybody wishing hello to Mandy. Yes, I'm really excited for Mandy joining our team. Loads of more messages coming through. I have got Manda Clark joined us, and Gunilla saying hi. Right, okay. And Anne says I'm a proper tease. Do you know what? How many times I give away secrets? I'm terrible. You know that. We'll see how the show goes. So we're going to get started. I'm going to do this. Jenny says, are you going to continue making your magazine? Yes, Jenny. The next magazine is actually due out next month, and we're all busy working on it. So the answer is yes. But this time I have a bigger team. We have more products to share with you and loads more techniques. And of course, it'd be jam-packed with loads of goodies for you to enjoy. Right, I'm going to give this to Bella. Bella's going to go over there with that and check if there's any messages coming through. We're going to go through the products and the procedures, how it works, especially if we have any newbies. Okay, and then we're going to get started because it's just after 7. And I really, really need to, I think Bella's stuck. Should I just take this off? There we go. You don't want to break it. You're welcome. So basically, everybody, we're going to get started because time's going to run away very, very, very quickly. And I have to finish at 8:15 tonight as we are driving back to Darlington tonight. And apparently it's about a 4.5-hour journey. So when it comes to tonight, if there's anybody new on tonight's show, welcome to my crazy crafting life. Welcome to Craft and Chat. The whole idea behind these shows is for you to interact, but you do not have to buy. Get yourself a little notebook, get some inspiration. It's all about you wonderful crafters out there. And tonight is all about memory books and junk journaling. One of my absolute loves is memory books. It's one of my favorites the last couple of years. And I'm going to share some top techniques with that. But with regard to tonight's show, this is also, you can actually order any product that we have on the show. And to do so, how it works, if I get the first item. So the first item, I had it earlier. See, this is what happens. I start nice and tidy. It's like I'm a proper crafter, everybody. The area starts nice and tidy. I showed you the stamp sheets earlier, and now I've lost them. Typical. The first item is the stamp sheets that Dave's going to put up. Oh, there they are. So these are the first item, and the code for this is CC0098. Now, as you can see up there on the either right or left hand side, whichever way you're looking on your screen, you can see the price and how much it was and the saving and the code. I mean, look at this. 60 stamps, everybody, for $4.99. And if you are into junk journaling or memory books or diaries, look what you're going to get. 60 stamps from the Create and Cherish range. Okay, normally $9.99. You've got from Monday to Saturday. You've got all the months down there. You've also got the numbers. You've got things that says month, plans, weekend. This is just great for doing your journaling and your notes. You got to do, you got don't forget, remember. So for $4.99, this is just an amazing price for 60 stamps. And if you wanted this item, all you need to do is put it in your comment box, CCC0098. Now, we're going to put some information up for any newbies on how it then works. So this show is live at the moment, but it won't be closed down until, until Monday night at midnight, which means for those people who can't watch it live, they'll watch it and probably order. And a lot of people also re-watch the show and then go back and might order and add some elements to it. And you can do that. So next Tuesday, the show is closed down and the orders are processed. And then I'm sure a lot of people have been having them recently. We will then send you an email. So if you're brand new to our channel, you do need to private message the team or Facebook, whether it's on Debbie Moore Designs, Craft and Chat, or even Personal Impressions website. Any of those, you need to private message your email address and your postal address. That way we can work out whereabouts in the world you are and do your shipping. And as you can see, it's only for the first time. And then what will happen on Tuesday, you will get an email from Personal Impressions. Now, Personal Impressions has, well, I should say Debbie Moore Designs has been amalgamated into Personal Impressions, which we're so excited, which is why we now have a Craft and Chat dedicated Facebook channel, which is really exciting as well. And with the new team that's coming on over the next couple of months, we're going to be doing more shows, more videos, more sharing, more craft alongs, so much for you to enjoy and to be inspired in your crafting journey. So those of you that have been with me for years, thank you for continuing this new chapter with me, and I hope that I can inspire you for years to come. But going back to the Craft and Chat TV, when it comes to the invoicing, you'll get the invoice and it'll have a payment link, and at the moment it will have with whatever you have ordered in that show. You click on it and you can pay by debit card, credit card, PayPal, and even backs. And if you want to ring up the office, they'll give you a telephone number that you can ring and pay over the phone. It is that easy. Now, if for some reason you change your mind and want to take an item off, or you want to add an item, all you need to do is email back and say, can you just add this or delete this? And they'll just redo it and send it back to you. And at the moment, that is how the process is doing. We are working on FlexiPay. Hopefully that'll be ready for next month. But we have had some teething problems, as some of you know, in the past few weeks, which hopefully we've rectified. And remember, I've only been here, how many weeks is it now, Dave? Dave's saying it is 4 weeks that we've been here, and honestly, there's been so much to do, and I'm so glad that you guys are still with us on this journey. Now remember, here's the telephone number. So there's a new telephone number for Personal Impressions, which is 01787 375 241. And if you have any questions or queries, you can put them in the feed. So we have the team, which is Zoe and Jessica, and also Jill is still there for Debbie Moore Designs. Okay, they are looking after you all. So if you put any messages in the feed that you're doing now, especially because I can't always read them all out, or even Bella, we can actually, they'll reply to them tomorrow and Monday. I think that is everything. So we're going to get the show started. Remember, Bella's have you got any questions for anybody?
A lot of people have ordered this stamp set. There's, yes, a lot of orders. Memory books. Karen Greig says memory books would be great, liked and shared.
Everybody's happy.
Janet Austin is saying, hello, Debbie, Dave, and Crafty family from North Carolina.
Oh, hello.
And Mandy Gibbs says, I cannot wait for more shows from you all.
Oh, thank you, Mandy. So we are going to get started now, and hopefully I won't have a coughing fit. I think between the water and a nice cup of tea, my throat's just relaxed, but you know what I'm like for talking. And Dave has already told me to slow down. That's never going to happen, is it? Especially tonight. Right, everybody. So this is the first item that we have. It's CC0098. And I'm not kidding. It is a stamp set that you will use quite often if you are doing your memory books and your journaling and creating your own notelets, as well as even a notepad. Because you have days of the week, days of the week just here. You have the numbers. You have also the months. You also have some little motifs that you can have, like priority. You've got weekly budget, you've got goals, you've got notes. So you can create your own elements in your diary. And obviously because they're stamps, you can do them in any color. So for $4.99, it is an amazing price instead of $9.99. So that's the first item, everybody. The second item is our Create and Cherish USB Key. Now, before anybody asks, okay, with regard to this is a physical USB key. And what that means is you will get one like this. Now, if we've got some international people at the moment and you are interested in digital, just put that you would like digital, okay? So this is CC0099, and this is what you're going to get. So on this collection, these are the collections that you get. So you're going to get Roses in Bloom, you're going to get Vintage Garden, Daisy Dreams. Oh, sorry, Dave's actually put that on there. Let me move that out of the way. So you've got Daisy Dreams, Bella Art Colourcraft. You've got Santa Claus, so you can get ready for Christmas. You've got Cuddly Companions, Shabby Chic Owls, and Birds of Paradise. So just to show you some of the information, or just some of the actual papers from those. So if we go back, so this is from the Create and Cherish range. So let me get the right ones. So this one that I've just showed you. So this is from this range, and this is, as you can see, the idea behind it is to create, you can use this as a notebook or you can create it as a memory book. So you've got line papers, and you've even got the actual, for the photos or for the sketching, and you've got the front covers, and you've got your tabs and everything on there. But you get also, you can see there's your front cover for your journal for those beautiful Birds of Paradise. Now, Bella has done a range called Bella Art Colourcraft. So the idea is if you want to colour your own. So we have designed some beautiful papers in there so you can actually colour your own. So can you remember what you coloured these in, Bella?
That was with pan pastels.
So this was coloured in to give a very soft feel. So this was printed out, one of the backing papers, and you can see it's been done with
pan pastels and then coloured pencil.
Oh, pan pastels and then colour pencils on top. So just to show you that you can do some other elements. Then of course the Roses in Bloom, one of my favourite collections with these gorgeous roses. And then obviously there's another sheet from the roses in there. Then you have got the owls. So you can do, how about, getting the whole family involved. This has been done with my special book of recipes. So you can see you can create your own recipe book. And that's what's been done there. And if you don't want owls, that's been done with a hardback. But then this one here, as you can see here, this has been done, just printed off. So I think, Alan, you were asking, can you do it with other things? We've actually used a staple. So we've stapled it, and then we've created our own little, this is our favourite book of recipes. So you can actually create them by stapling, you don't have to sew them. And I think Dave bought me one of those large staplers. I think he bought me them from Amazon, actually. I think they were only about £10. Is it £10? 10 to 15? I would say 10 to 15 pounds anyway, everybody.
Sandra Cousins is asking how much is the digital collection, please?
So the digital collection, okay, Sandra, will be $7.99. So if you want one of those, just put digital and it will be sent to you. Now, the other one, I think somebody mentioned it, there was a garden planner. So on volume 3, I did design, so all those collections will have a garden planner. So just so you know, it's not these. So what I'm trying to get at is every collection, you can create a diary, you can create a journal, you can create a notebook, you can create recipe books, you can create different theme ones. So look, there's a notebook, there's the same collection, and this one is a special, because it's the vintage, it's been a garden planner. So the idea is that you can actually just plan it. This one I actually even stapled it as well, Alan. So remember, it's not just about sewing. This one I did sew, so you've got that option where you can sew them if you want to. It's whatever you feel like, okay? So that's those. I think that's everybody. So I've just shared a bit of each of those, and that is CC0099. However, I do know what everybody is like. Sometimes you want the papers themselves. You don't want You don't want to always print everything out. You want like a card kit. So what I've done here, I think it's the next item, is it? Let me just get the other elements. There we go. So the next item, everybody. Oh, no, I'm jumping the gun. Oh, so we have our bookbinding glue and our bone folders. Now, you only get one, everybody. I just wanted to share with you that you might get the long one or you may get the short one, but you will get one. But look at the price. So this is bookbinding glue, which is really strong, and it's great because you can stick leather, you can do different effects with it, and you also can use, you've got a bone folder which you'll be using for card making. So you'll get one bone folder and also the bookbinding glue for only $5.99. And I will say this is limited, I think.
Mayor Brown is asking, do they take a long time to make, especially for a beginner?
Was it Mayor Brown?
Yeah.
So Mayor, okay, this one, if you want to make something very, very simple. So for example, let me show you, what did I had in my hands? Oh, the planner. So all I did with this one, because some printers will print with a white line. Let me show you. Can you see that? So this printer, I know this is coming up, this was a sneak, comes up with a white line. So what I did was I printed off my sheets and I printed them double-sided, and then I trimmed. So basically I printed one side, turn the paper over and print the other. Basically that's what I did. And then Mayor Brown, if you want something that's so easy to do, get yourself a stapler. I mean, try the stapler you got at home, but I wanted one that goes all the way through and it enables me to staple. So this probably took me, let me think, 20 minutes. It wouldn't take any more because all I did was cut. I actually used my paper trimmer to trim the edges and staple it to, then I used my bone folder to score the sheets in half, and then I basically use a stapler. And you can create, those two books are done exactly the same thing.
Fantastic. Christine Campbell is asking, will you ship to the USA?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll work out the best shipping for anywhere in the world.
And Michelle Lawrence is asking, will the digital version have the same as the USB?
Yes. Okay, the only difference is you won't have this. It's a digital. Okay, so we put the code back up for the USB key, which is CC0099. If you want the digital option, anybody, just put the code CC0099 and then next to it put digital so we know. And that will be $7.99.
Thank you. Okay,
so the glue is what I've used because you need to create this. Okay, this is using, and I'll be going in more detail with that. You need to actually have a very strong glue to actually back it onto the mount board. And I will be going through that in stages in about 5-10 minutes. So that is the, where was I? That is CC100, and that one is your bookbinding glue and bone folder. So the next one that I just showed you was a sneak look, everybody.
Christine Dyson would like to know, what GSM paper do you use for your books, please?
Okay, so Christine, let me just explain a couple of things, okay? When it comes to the book, hopefully you can see me. There you are. So when it comes to the book, you need to decide what the book is for. If it's just for writing, or is it for actually sticking photos in, or it's a memory book. So if I was doing a memory book, we would print it off on 100 GSM or 120, not thicker. You don't want to be any thicker than that. However, some of these recipe books, this is just copy paper. This is 80 GSM. So it depends what you want to do. And they look amazing, okay? You don't need to have any specialized, when you do some card making, sometimes you need to get photo finish or glossy. You don't need that when it comes to the books, okay? Because it depends on the quality of the paper that you want, the finish that you want. So on these ones, if I find the book, where was it? There it is. This one here, if I show you, let's move this out the way. I have used, you can almost hear that it is a little bit thicker. So this is 120. I wanted it to look very expensive book, okay? This actually probably took me to do I would say between an hour and a half, because you have to leave it to dry, and I will explain in a second. This one here, everybody, is a little bit thinner. Okay, so this is about between 80 and 100 GSM. So have an experiment and see. So let me just jump on to the next one. Next item, we have brought out, just for today's show, a brand new exclusive, and it's exclusive to Debbie Moore Designs and Personal Impressions. It is our fabulous, so this one here, everybody, look, it is our Gnome memory book. Now, what the idea behind it is, you'll get enough sheets to create. It's so hot off the press, everybody. I haven't forgot a finished sample in the gnomes. I've got all samples on the other ones, but not on this one. So you will get enough papers to actually create your own book. And this is actually a printed, so this is actually a kit. We should have actually put kit, because you don't get a book. You get a kit on there, so sorry about that, everybody. But normal price $17.99, and it's a show off at $9.98. And you do get a forever code, which means that you'll be able to print out this again and again. Look at the new characters. So these are some of the characters from the Gardening Gnomes collection that's coming out. So just to show you some of the papers. So you have got quite a lot of papers here. So there's one of them there. So obviously your kit will be will have the white edges. I've just printed these. So your papers will look like this, everybody. So yours will be edge to edge. How fab's that? So there's that one, okay. And look, there's another character on the back there. So remember, because you have it as a forever code, you have that option. But $9.98, everybody, you'll be able to create and use these adorable gnome collections.
There's a lot of people who've put down to buy that the kit, and also as a side note, Paul, Vanessa, Cherry said, just got here, disastrous day at the Cherry household. The ceiling literally fell in, which doesn't sound good at all. But also Tracy Dean is asking, do you sell the mount board?
No, we don't, not at the moment, okay. But Tracy, keep an eye out next week, because I need to just check what thickness of card we actually have, because we may have it without knowing. Look what Dave's just put, everybody. He's written the word kit there, so everybody knows. So remember, this is printable, okay? We will have a digital version of this coming up as well. So this one, everybody, is CC, I've lost the number, where are we? CC0101.
A lot of people have ordered this.
So as you can see, you've got the lines, and then you've got the plain ones on there, okay. Then they've got another plain one there. So literally, then you've got the repeat sheet, so you can create that. I'm missing a piece of paper. Oh no, it's there. So I've shown you that. So I've shown you the designs, really. And the idea is you'll be able to create your own journal and everything, and or a notebook from that. So that one is CC0101. Now, one of my other favourites, and I did a memory book for my grandfather, was... Okay, and this is what the gnome one will look like, okay, when it comes to you, but it will be gnome. It won't actually be, as I said, it won't actually be this one. This is our poppy one. So if you like poppies, you're going to love this kit. So what we have on here is we have the papers, the front parts, then you have these parts so you can actually put your photos on. And obviously you've got the other side of them as well, and you've got enough to create one of those notebooks as well, or the journal. So you've got all those different papers for you to enjoy. And then the last one is that one as well. So you can see that you're going to get all those designs in there. It comes edge to edge. You've got step-by-step instructions, which I'm going to show you very, very soon. And then I just want to show you, where am I? I think this is the last item, and I want to then show, I'm going to demonstrate this, okay? So going back to this one here, so this is Poppy CC0102, and we are going to demonstrate using the USB key, which is the one that I showed you earlier. So this USB key with those fabulous designs, okay? So they are each collection, look what you're going to get. So this is CC0099. No, is that right? Yes, 99, everybody. This is normally $17.99 and it's $9.98. Now in there, there's step-by-step instructions, and your instructions will look very similar, if I can get mine. well, like this. And I'll explain everything. Now, I don't have time to do the full book. So what I'm going to do is start you off. And then I'm going to put a video on later on, either the weekend or the beginning of next week, to continue. Because obviously Bella wants to, well, I want Bella to show you some top tips with her junk journals as well. So I'm going to start with doing a memory book. Now, when it comes to your memory books, everybody, if we have a look at here, if I move that out the way, you can get the idea.
Anna Moran has a question. Is the Poppy one on one of the USBs?
It's on volume 2. So Anna Moran, if you would like the download or the USB key of volume 2, we haven't actually got that on today's show, just put it on volume 2 and then we'll give you the same price. So this here is, can you see, is made up of 5 groups. Can you see that, everybody? If I move in, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, a group of papers is called a signature. And before anybody asks, I did not make this up. This is true. I don't know why it's called a signature, but people actually, bookbinding has been around a very long time. I'm just going to read this, have a drink of water. And Bella, you read something while I drink some water.
Yes, I have. Is the Poppy kit digital? Is it available as a digital? It is. Yes. Okay, thank you. Anita Kilford said, I don't know what's going on tonight, but you keep freezing. I go out and come back and all I get is you repeating the last bit I heard before you've frozen. So I don't know if anybody else is having the same issue or not. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Well, hopefully not. Well, I'm keep coughing as my voice is going, everybody. So let me do these journals and then I'm going to give it to Bella before I actually have a coughing fit again. So to start off with, you print off your paper, whatever designs you want. This is the Roses in Bloom. I've actually printed and I've actually printed it on 100 GSM and some of them 80 GSM. It's entirely up to you. And then what I've got is I have them in different ways. There isn't a wrong or right way. When you actually look at the instructions, it will tell you how to do them. So if I go from here, so for example, this is the instructions. Let me just get this. I'll just use this one. So it tells you how you're going to do it, okay? So normally on this book, you need up to, I would say, 5 signatures. And you have around 4 to 7 sheets in each signature. So what I'm doing is getting my 5 sheets, and I just want to make sure they're all different. So I have them that way. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can have 6. Remember, with regard to the signatures, it doesn't matter. So let's just do these. Let's do 6 that way. Okay, so that's one signature, everybody. So what you then do, and this is why you need a bone folder, I put all of them together. And then what I tend to do is simply pinch there and just use a bone folder. So there is one signature. Now remember that book that I showed you? I had 5 signatures. So you are creating 5 of those. This is to create this size, but there isn't a right or wrong way. It's your way. So it tells you on there, okay? And as you go through it, it's even got photos. So I'm just going to do that one more time. So all I'm doing, everybody, is using the sheets I printed off. I want that one that way, then I want one that way, then I want one this way. So I'm just rotating them. So when I actually open the book, they're all different. So I'm using that 3, 5. Did I put 5 or 6 on here? And this is what happens. You just need to make sure that your signatures all have the right amount. Well, actually, even that, it doesn't matter, but I tend to have all the right amount. But when you come to do the junk journaling, you can put envelopes in there, you can have shorter pieces of paper. This is one I'm doing is the actual book binding. So I actually going to have one more on that one. So I'm going to do the same, fold it like so, make sure I get the 2 corners together, like so. I mean, you could do it individually, as in a few, but I tend to do it this way. Right, everybody, so that should be straightforward because that is the starting off of my book. So I've done 2. So I'm just going to do 2 because of time is running away with us. And so how you do the next step is you literally, and it does tell you in the instructions, is you divide the area and create a template. And what I mean by that is on here, where's my paper trimmer? There we go. Right, everybody. On here, I have created, this is just a piece of card, and I've just done some evenly dots all the way through. And the reason why I've done this is because of this. So what I'm doing is I'm just leaving this is my dots, and I'm just using, this is what I do. There is other people do it different ways, but I found this the easier way. And then all I'm then doing is scoring down here. And this is my template, because what's going to happen, everybody, is you need to put your holes in, and they need to be in the same place each time. So I'm just going to quickly show you how this is done. So then all I'm going to do is you can use a mouse mat. You might already have a stamping mat. Okay, you might have some foam you can use, or you might have, when you bought the Create and Cherish, you might have bought one of these piercing mats. And I've already put the holes, or should I say the dots on. And this bit, by the way, is a piercer. You need either a pokey tool or a piercer. You don't want the pricking tool because this goes wider as it goes up. And this is what puts the holes in, everybody. To sew the book, you need to literally put holes in. So then what I'm doing is I'm getting my signature. Remember, my sheets. That's in there. I'm then putting this in the middle, like so. You could put a paper clip on there if you want. I don't. I just use my finger. It's in the center, so you can see it's actually in the spine. This is going to go there, and all I do is pierce all the way through. Can you see what I'm doing? I don't know if you can see. Can somebody tell me, can you see this okay? That I'm piercing a hole?
I can see it.
Okay, so that's all I'm doing, everybody. And then they've got the holes, so you can see where the holes are. And that is where you're going to sew. And then I just get my next one, do exactly the same. Make sure it's the right way up, that you don't put it upside down. Actually, it doesn't make any difference when you're piercing. It's only try and keep them always the right way up. And then that way, when you sew them, you haven't got lines upside down, because I have done that.
I had, yes, Karen Grieg says, I like watching your demos, and Judy Orlowski, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, says, I love learning something new. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So that's how easy it is to create the signatures. So I would do 5 of those, everybody, and following the instructions, okay? Now, because I don't have time to do the whole book, because we want to show you how to do the junk journaling, the next stage, everybody, would be to sew. Now, with regard to sewing it, people always ask me, what do you use? You can use some nice trendy thread. There is professional wax thread out there that you can get them in different thicknesses. My first attempt is I used ordinary cotton thread that I had in the house, okay? And you can use a needle, any needle, well, actually can thread it, basically. And that's how easy it was to use it. And then all I did is follow the instructions, okay? Go in, out, and join them together. And I will be actually putting the continued video. So I've shown you how to do up to here. So then the next thing would be just to sew them, going through sewing them, so you can see that, how you sew through them, okay? And right down to putting the knots in to finish. And the last bit would be, which is why we're going to show you on the video, because look at the time, everybody, and I'm conscious we need a whole show on just me showing you how to do this, and we've already got that as a video, and we'll be actually putting it up so you can continue watching. But the idea is you can actually do any size you want. This is mount board, but it can be like 300 GSM card, okay? It doesn't have to be anything special, and all you do is cut it into place. And here is copy paper, everybody. So I've done the same technique. Actually, I've done more than 5 sheets though. I've just done a plain notebook, and the idea is you can actually put that in there and look at that book. Look how easy it is to do. So I'm sorry I can't finish the whole thing. And you can use any papers from your crafty stash. I mean, look at that. That's lovely for a notebook. Or you can continue and create something like this. But we will be putting on the video to continue that. But we need to go on because we've got to still show you how to do the junk journaling. So very quickly, everybody, I'm going to show you some of the next techniques.
A lot of people fed back that they were able to see you poking through ready for the thread. Cynthia Dash says if you draw thread over a candle, it will strengthen the cotton. That's running it through the wax.
Oh, who said that?
That was Cynthia Dash.
Cynthia, thank you for that. It's a brilliant idea. Did you all hear that? So just simply run the thread through the wax.
Yeah, run it through the candle. Obviously not when it's lit.
Yes, obviously not when it's lit. But yes, that's a brilliant idea. So remember, honestly, have a go. I will be putting that video up, but we need to continue. So the next item that we have on the show, people are asking me for tags to go for memory books and scrapbooks. So what we've got on here is we have a Spellbinders offer. This is CC 0103, normally £24. You know how expensive Spellbinders are. However, look, this is now only £12. So if anybody wants it, you can actually create all these label tags, which are great. It comes packaged nicely. You can hear them all in there because this is the one that we've actually opened. And the idea is it's great for memory books, scrapbooking, and even your junk journals. So if you wanted some lovely little tags, this is one to go with. So this is being specifically designed anyway for scrapbooking. So it's great for your memory books as well. And then the next one, I will say is limited, is what Bella used. So Bella used this gorgeous chipboard pages, and what she used, this is it here. So this is CC 0104, normally £5.83. This is limited, okay, plain, and then you decorate it. It is chipboard, okay, and it's only £4.99. Really good price, everybody. Let me move that to one side. And then the other one that we have on tonight's show, so that's a plain one, but if you want something with a little bit of a wow factor, and we've given you it, so this one is on a special price. So this is our Rainbow Heart chipboard kit. So this is still by Ciao Bella. Okay, so look at this, everybody. So you get a few more pages in here. So you get 3 what we call plain paper, 3 plain ones, but then you get 2 carved ones. So you've got that one, or look at that one with the rainbow. Cute hearts, you can colour the rainbow in, you can do so much. But these ones here, I've got the holes in, so you would actually thread it in as well. So Alan, if you're watching, was it you? I think you were asking, do you have to do the actual sewing? The answer is no. You can do something like this, and you can just simply thread ribbon through and to create different pages that way. So what that one is, so this one here is normally $15.38, and we've got it on for $9.98. So I will say both of those are limited. So first come, first serve. That make sure you go for those. And then this one, oh, this is Bella and my favourite. So plaid has been around a very long time, and it's amazing creamy paint. So what we have here is we have a set of 4 colours and a palette. So the palette that we have, everybody, it is a floral plaid paint and palette. Normally $12.99. It comes with a lid as well. So if you don't use up, which I love, because sometimes you don't use up all the paint, so especially if you're going to use it next day, you can just put it on and it will keep it nice. But you are getting those 4 colours. So you're getting the rose, the French blue, the actual ivory white, and the lavender. And they are the paints that Bella used to create. You can see the paints on here, okay? She actually used the paints around the areas. You can see they're the colours that she used. And also, this is rice paper. So she needed a base paint to actually paint the chipboard, because obviously it started its life like so. Okay, so that's that one. And then the next one that we have is the rice paper pack. Now I'm going to stop there. Okay, I'll show you the rice paper, and then I'm going to hand back to Bella, okay, after I've shown you the rice paper, because Bella's going to start the demonstration and we're going to go through the products at the same time. So this is the rice paper kit that we have. Look at that price, everybody. You are going to get 4 different rice papers. You've got CC0107, fabulous, gorgeous colours. Great. I mean, I'm going to go with that one but all of them work really well. And if you have a look at the colours, so this, if I open it up, okay, you recognise the rose one. This is still this one, but it's actually been overlaid with this one. And Bella will explain it a bit more when we come to do her demo. She's going to show you how to create that lovely vintage feel with your junk journals. So that is the CC107, and it's 4 different sheets for £7.50, everybody. Absolutely gorgeous colours to be able to create that lovely finished look.
But Wendy Noble says, where will we find the video for the bookbinding? But if I'm right, you're saying that you will put the video up.
We will, but we actually, while we're talking, or maybe later on, it's actually at the moment, it's on Debbie Moore. I think it's on Debbie Moore
Inspiration Hub.
Inspiration Hub,
Yes.
okay. But we are going to put it onto Craft and Chat, and there is maybe when Dave can hunt it out while we're actually looking at Bella doing this demo. So I'm going to swap. So Bella's going to get started. So that item, everybody, is CC0107, and it's for those gorgeous 4 rice papers. And you're going to get that lovely wood grain effect with the aqua colours. And yes, aqua and pink is becoming one of my newest favourite colour combinations. And then obviously we've had to put that one on with the poppy. It looks beautiful. And then the other paper was that lovely, almost nostalgic. It reminds me of a faded wallpaper, but the overlay of it looks amazing. So when you think about these papers, think, well, really, do they go? Honestly, that's what Bella used to create. So we're going to go over, hopefully, to Bella. She's actually going to be using some Mod Podge in there as well, just in case you're wondering what adhesive she's using, as well as the paint elements that we have for the kit.
Okay, sorry about that. I just literally ran out of Mod Podge, so I'm just opening a new one, and I've just got stuff all over my fingers, so bear with me a moment.
So remember, if you have any questions, let me know, okay? Oh my goodness. No worries if anybody has any questions. Janice says, can I order 2 of that, please? And also volume 2 that you mentioned too, please. Also that. No problem, Janice. Jennifer says, I would love to learn how to do memory books and junk journaling. Oh, thank you. Well, you're going to have loads of things. Vanessa said, is rice paper the same as vellum? No, it isn't the same as vellum. Rice paper, and Bella's going to show you, is a fibrous paper that you can pull, but if you want to get more of a straight line, you need to use it with water. So we're going over with Bella now.
Okay, so I've got these rice papers here, and I've got my Mod Podge, which I'm actually going to use in the palette because that's just easiest to do. If you're doing a big area, you can put the Mod Podge on the chipboard itself. Obviously, before I put the rice paper on, as Debbie mentioned earlier, I have actually done a layer of this ivory white, which is the acrylic, and actually it's surprising, a little goes a long way. And also you may notice that it's not actually a perfect finish on here, but that doesn't matter because it will look beautiful underneath the rice paper, so you don't need to worry about making it absolutely perfect with one coat. This is just one coat for the acrylic, and actually I've not used very much of the paint from the bottle at all, so that's really useful. A little goes a long way. So I'm just going to check. So I've got the Mod Podge and I've put a little bit in the palette here, and then I'm literally going to run it across the top. There's 2 different ways of putting the rice paper on. You can either tear it first and then put it on, or you can put it on and then tear around the edges. So if I show you, this is the way that I do it, but there are lots of different ways that you can do it. I just prefer this way because I think it's sort of tidier. So I just put this on here, and I can put another layer over the top just to make sure it's sticking down properly. And the Mod Podge that I'm using is matte, so it will have a really lovely finish on it. It won't be glossy, although you can have glossy if you prefer. There's different kinds of Mod Podge, isn't there? So one of them has sparkle.
Yes, there's different
gloss.
types. So the one you're using is matte. You can use gloss on here. Just to answer a couple of questions that we have on my Bella's doing that, okay? Margaret says, Debbie, what GSM paper do you use for photo album, please? So if I'm making a memory book, Margaret, or anybody else out there, I will print my papers out using 100 to 120 GSM. The 120, because don't forget you actually, I tend to put 20 pages or more. That will create quite a bulky memory book. So and then you're going to put the photos in. So you don't really want to go any heavier than that. I've got Betty says, can you print it on blank rice paper? Well, if you've got blank rice paper, then the answer is yes. Okay, but just make sure you look at the instructions on there.
You can actually use blank parchment paper, that people use for printing jelly plate printing.
Yes.
You get parchment paper with that. It's very fine, and you can print onto that. And
you can even use your stamps as well on that. And I do know that Personal Impressions do stock parchment paper. Kerrian's just joined us, says, what is the like and share, please? Well, the like and share that we had was all about memory books and a book binding. And it was whether you had done memory books or junk journaling. And it was to let me know, would you like to have a go? So that was really it. Manaclet says, absolutely love Mod Podge. So many things you can use it, most definitely.
Yes, you can use the rice papers. You can put them on glass with the Mod Podge. You can put rice paper onto wood with Mod Podge. And if you can see, what I'm doing is I can see where the paper hasn't stuck down. So I can lift it up very gently and actually put a little bit more underneath so that I make sure it goes right to the very edge. And actually, I don't worry if it has creases in it, because I kind of like that effect. You can put ink and spread it along the crease lines, and it just gives you more texture when you're working. So I'm really going to finish this off and bring it down with the brush, and it's just as easy as that. And it doesn't matter if you put a lot of Mod Podge on, you want it to be sealed anyway.
So I've got a couple more questions about, Shelley says, can you use rice paper on candles? I would say yes, but more for decorative. I wouldn't like to chance burning the candle with it on.
Yes, I've certainly, like you, I've seen it put on candles, but I wouldn't want to burn it just in case. But it does look very effective. Although if you're using very thin paper, in some ways it's easier to lightly warm the candle, isn't it?
Definitely. So as you can see, Bella is showing you how to adhere. So what Bella's using is that plain chipboard. Is it the plain one? Oh no, it's not, is it? Which size is that one?
Well, this is actually the second one, which is the rectangular one.
The rectangular one, so that is CC0105, the chipboard page rainbow heart.
Because it has the pages in the middle are plain. It's only the front one and the back one that are cut out, and then the middle ones are plain. And I think it's three in the middle and these two, so it's 5 sheets altogether. Okay, so, and you can decorate these. The easiest way to do these would be to paint them with the acrylic paints, because you would struggle to get Mod Podge. Although you could put Mod Podge the rice paper in the corners, you wouldn't really be. You could Mod Podge this, but it would get a bit tricky. I mean, it would take a bit of time. I think that's probably the more important bit.
So I've just seen a message from Rosina. It says, what is the purpose of a junk journal? Okay, so the way to describe a junk journal, it is just your feelings. You can actually make it as decorative. You can put photos in it if you want to, or leave it plain. There isn't a right or wrong way. And also you can make it more crafty or more arty depending on the mediums that you use. Junk journaling is literally, I mean, if you have a look at the one that Bella did, if she brings it in front of the camera, that is actually, I mean, it's a lovely keepsake, you know. And basically it's literally creating memories, and you can actually learning how to do different effects. So, and also to me, it's when I'm doing the junk journaling, I love the fact that I'm experimenting with all my textures all in one section. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yes. So what I've done with this one is I've stuck this down, but you need to leave it to dry really before you can actually put any ink or paint on it. And when I'm doing it in this way, I leave it to dry with the paper attached to it, because then I actually do the edges once this top part is dry. So this is one that I did earlier, and I was just going to show you the easiest way to make sure that the paper goes to the edge. And if you see, I've got a wet paintbrush, and this is just literally wet with water, and I'm just running it along the edge like this. You can do this before you put it onto the board if you want to. It's preference. I mean, I do it like this because then I know that it's going to go neat to the edge, and it just means that I can get it like that, and you can see it's flush with the edge. But if you do it so that you tear the paper first, you can put paint over or ink over so that you blend the edges nicely. You just want to make it so that it looks neat, and this is the easiest and quickest way of tearing the rice paper.
Yeah, so that was what I was explaining earlier. Because you've got fibres in the rice paper, you can't just rip it straight. You have to damp it with a wet brush and go along the section.
Yes.
I mean, unless you want that texture or that leftover technique, I would recommend you use a paintbrush with water.
Yes. And so this is now dry, and I've done the edges. So I'm going to add just a little bit of, I'm going to add some of the blue, which is a really beautiful French blue. And you just need to put a little bit in the palette.
So this is from the set, everybody, that we have on offer, which is CC0106, which is a set of 4 paints, and hopefully Bella can show you next to the palette. Okay, and it's got 4 coloured paints, normally $12.99, 4 paints in a palette, and it's only $7.99. So she's using the French blue, but you've got the rose, you've got the white, and the lavender. There you go.
They're beautiful colours, and they match the set of rice papers perfectly, so you'll be able to use them very easily, but you'll also be able to use them. They're very popular colours. They're very
on trend.
Yes, definitely. And so what I'm going to do is just on the edges here, I'm just going to just use a little bit of paint, and it may look like I'm putting a lot on, but actually I'm going to get a baby wipe. You can use a baby wipe or a piece of kitchen towel and just soften the edge like that, and it just gives a nice effect. I mean, you can do a similar thing with ink, but of course the beauty with acrylic paints is that they're opaque, whereas the distress inks are not, although obviously oxides are opaque. The most important thing when you're using acrylic ink is to make sure that you don't leave the paint in the paintbrush. You need to rinse your brush when you've finished working, because otherwise it will stick.
So Elizabeth, actually, I'm laughing because Elizabeth, well, you guys can't see that, but Elizabeth has actually put any tips to help remove ink from hands. Now the reason why I'm laughing is because Bella's had the same question to me, and I said you can do 2 things. If you've got hand sanitizer. Hand sanitizer, alcohol. It's got alcohol in, isn't it?
Yes.
It literally is very good for taking ink off, or use those plastic gloves if you can, if you don't want to get them. But you know, when you're doing something like this, junk journaling specifically, not bookbinding, you will get a little bit messy now and again. So, yes. Okay, Deborah says, I love to be able to make memory books. Loving this evening's demonstration. Thank you, Bella and Debbie. Oh, thank you. Are the paints matte or gloss? They're matte, aren't they?
They are matte acrylic paints.
Yeah.
Normally, acrylic paints, generally speaking, if you buy acrylic paints, they will be gloss. Yes. They will dry with a gloss finish. And when it dries in the paint palette, it looks like a little puddle of plastic.
Yes.
And it's gloss. But these are matte, which actually is a really nice effect because it's almost like a chalk effect. You know, it's quite subtle. And what I'm going to do here, and because I've only put the acrylic paint on very thinly, it won't take too long to dry, which is really just as well because I'm going to use the stencils with some ink. So I'm going to move these acrylic paints out of the way.
So Mare Brown has just said, can you use parchment? Yes, you can. And the stencils, while Bella gets the stencils, I just want to show you the first stencil that we have. which is CC0108. So this is the first stencil that she's going to use with, I think. Yes, that one. So it's CC0108. So I've got it here. There we go, everybody. Look at that. It's a Tim Holtz stencil and it's gorgeous. Normally $8.99 and it's $6.98 today. Really, I just love that flourish. And you know, with Tim Holtz, you're getting good quality. And this is just absolutely to die for stencil that you use again and again, especially when Bella shows you how easy it is to use.
And it is really easy to use. So I've got the stencil and I'm using a blending tool. Fantastic, I've remembered what it's called.
We're laughing because you kept forgetting last week.
Okay, and the Distress ink I'm using, Distress ink is Distress Oxide Villainous Potion. And it's a gorgeous colour because it's quite dark. So I'm using the blending tool and I'm just going to dab it into the ink block. And then a good way to check whether your paint is dry is actually if you use the back of your fingers and you just lightly hold it against the paint, you can feel more easily whether if it's cold, it means the paint is wet, and it is a little bit wet up there. So I'll start down here, and by the time I get up there it'll be dry. So I'm just going to put a little bit of flourish down here, and I'm not going to be thinking too much about it. I want it to be just so that it gives a beautiful effect.
Now, because she's using oxide ink, everybody, it looks like it's part of the rice paper. It's blending in beautifully. And this is what I love about oxide inks by Tim Holtz. Look at that swirl. Doesn't that just look amazing? It looks like it's part of that rice paper all the time.
Yes, and I think if I bring it up, you can really see the pattern.
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
Stencil, and I think it's the kind of stencil that you will use often because there's just so many different ways in which you can use it and on so many different projects.
So yeah, so there's two stencils that we're having in today's show. So we've got this one, but we have another one which hopefully Bella will also be using.
I will be using that one as well.
Okay, so looking at time, we're okay for time, everybody. We've got a couple of items still to show you. I'm going to continue with the demo. So if you have any questions or queries, just let us know and we'll try to help. But honestly, if you haven't had a go at this, you need to have a go at it, because look how easy it is with the layering. It's the paint technique. That paint set is just amazing because it's bringing in the options that you have with that.
So I've done a little bit of the patterning around the side and it looks really nice because it all blends in, and I'll show you how to do the edges again in a minute because I'm going to add some more ink to the edge. And I think I'm going to carry on with the same colour, the Distress Oxide, and I'm going to put a lovely little paint splat here.
So Bella's now using the next set of stencils we have. So this is a set of 3, everybody. So this is still by Tim Holtz and it's the actual layering set, okay? If I just open it up, it's the mini set of 3. If I can open it up, there we go. So let me show you what you're going to get. So you are going to get 3 stencils in total, and then you can see there they are. So you've got almost like a wall effect with a little bit of vintage, the splat that Bella's using now, and you got the alphabet, vintage alphabet in there. So they come really lovely packaged in. All 3 of them comes into this set. And it is normally $16.99 and you have £5 off. I mean, it's a brilliant price for 3 stencils.
It is, and they're 3 stencils that you would use a lot because the lettering is something that you will use on a lot of projects. The brick will be fantastic if you're doing any kind of flower or decoration. You can put it up against brick and it will look beautiful.
Definitely.
So I've done my ink splat there, which I really like, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, up here, I'm just going to change colour a little bit quickly and use this solid taffy because I'm going to put a little bit of a sort of ink stain. Is it an ink stain? No, I think it's more
it's
of
like
a
coffee
cup,
yes.
Yeah.
Mayor Brown says, can you use parchment? Mayor, the answer is yes, you can use parchment. Jenny, yes, we can add a blending tool to your order.
And when I'm using the blending tool with the stencil, it's kind of like a push down and a swish, because you don't want to be dragging it across the stencil because any sort of rough edges you might catch on the blending tool. So actually, if you just sort of like do kind of a smooching effect.
Smooching?
Yeah.
I think that's the right word.
That's the word I use, a smooching. No, maybe that's not the right word. No.
Is everybody laughing at home?
Yeah.
I certainly have. I've got Polly
Yeah.
just joined us watching from Sanerini. Is that how you pronounce that?
I don't know.
You were 2 hours ahead. Oh my goodness, it's 10 o'clock nearly. Well, Pauline, thank you for joining us. And Liz is loving, just joining. She's loving the show and the demonstrations, especially the colours.
They're beautiful, beautiful colours. And just one more
Sorry
thing.
to interrupt.
Yeah.
Betty says dabbing.
Dabbing.
Not
That's perfect.
smooching.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, good. Perfect. Wonderful. Okay, so now the only other thing to do is to put some text on here, and I've got one of these gorgeous sentiment stamps, and I'm not going to put it on a block because I want to, what I want to do is make sure that I get a sort of distressed look. So as long as I make sure that it's up the right way, I'm just going to press it into the ink pad. And then I'm just going to, I don't actually want a perfect print. I just want to put it just randomly. And then I'm going to do a ghost print up here.
So for those people that don't know what a ghost print is, it's the second print of a stamp.
Yes.
Now the stamps that Bella's using is the stamps that we had on, was it last week or the week before, which is the life quote stamps.
Yes. I'm going to take that off actually because it means I can bend this a bit easier. So I'm just going to go around the edge there. And I just want a sort of scripty feel. I don't actually want to be able to read it necessarily. And I'm just going to put a little bit up there. So that's giving a
So it
really
almost
nice
blends
look.
in it. Oh, I can see everybody's laughing at your smooching, Bella.
Oh dear, I shall become known for the lady who does that. Right, so the other thing I'm going to show you is you can also colour your embellishments. And these are the embellishments that...
So if you could show the main sample again, everybody.
Yes.
Okay, and then we'll come back to that. So the last item that we have on the show, everybody, honestly, you are going to love it. It is our Co Embellishment Set. So you're going to get 3 different items in here, and it's only £6.98. Now Bella will point in a second. So are you going to get this? These are all these gorgeous birds and butterflies in there. Then you get a box of letters, and then you get loads of tags in here. You're going to get all that for £6.98, everybody. And look, Bella will point to them. So Bella, show everybody where the birds and the butterflies are.
Well, we could make it a game, couldn't we? But maybe not.
Haven't got time today.
No. So we've got butterflies and dragonflies. Then these are flowers and a little bumblebee there.
I think the main bird is on the front, is it?
Yeah, and then well, that's the butterfly.
Yeah, there's the butterfly.
Front. And then we have the bird here, which is really sweet.
Yes.
And then another butterfly.
So they're the
this
butterflies,
page.
and then the lettering,
And
everybody.
then the lettering. I put lettering on the back.
Now somebody's asked how many letters are in the box. 69 pieces.
Yes.
Alan, there's 69 pieces in the box. It's a brilliant one. So that's the lettering on the back that she's done, and we're going to have a look at how easy it is to letter. And then the other thing is the tags.
Yes.
And there's 24 tags. So they're the tags that she's put, I think, on the top and in the
So
inside.
there's that one there, and then there's this one here, which I put the sentiments on from the other week.
Yes.
Which is the.
So they're the sentiments that Bella was using. They're from the life quote set that we have a set of stamps on.
Yes.
Sandra Cousin says, is the digital download for the Gnome memory book? We do have the digital download for the Gnome memory book, and that is CC0111. So Sandra, if you want that, Dave will put it up on the poll. It's there. Look, he's already done it. $5.99 for the memory book download. For the Gnome Collection, if anybody wants it, just pop that on. And that is the kit that I showed you earlier. Without that, it's just the download.
So the letters come like this, and I don't know if you can see, they've got like a very fine script. So it's a sort of
generic one, isn't it?
yes, but it's a sort of beige colour, and I want it to blend really nicely with what I've done already. So I'm going to use the Distress ink again, and what I've done is I've put these on they put them on 3D pads, and then I've put them on a little piece of non-stick paper because I just want to brush some colour over these so that I make them so that they at least look a sort of bit like the right kind of colour. And then I can just pop them on to the project, and I'm just lightly dusting over. And you can go as strong or as dark as you want to, but it just means that everything is colour coordinated, and it's very, very easy to colour with Distress Inks and the blending tool, and it just puts the colour on there. I just want enough so that it looks like it's meant to be rather than it's just a random
So the one thing
event.
I would say is I love oxide ink for this because of the matte look it gives, doesn't it?
Yes.
So look how it's blending in with that rice paper. So that rice paper code, if anybody wants it again, it is CC0107.
And if I want to make a little bit more difference, what I can do, because I want these to really show up, I'm going to just put a little bit of darkness in the middle because I want the lettering to kind of show. And the easiest way to do that is to put a little dark colour here so that they stand out a bit, and just brushing it loosely over the middle, and then I can put these letters in and hopefully they will stand out a bit more.
Right, okay. Karen Boland says, oh no, I meant CO111, not C1102. You can have the digital kit, no problem, don't worry. So for Rosina says she's got to go, she's feeling poorly with COVID. Well, I hope you feel very well very soon. And hopefully Bella and I have inspired you a little bit.
Yes, I hope so, because it's very easy to do. And once you get the hang of building up your layers, if you think you put your paint on first, then any papers. The thing that I forgot to mention is that if you wanted to mix and match your layers, you tear the pieces and then put them on over the top.
So as you can see, that's coming together beautifully. We're going to go, because time's running on, if Bella can get the actual front, the main actual junk journal that you've done, while that's drying to one side, we can just go through, if you put it the front on, so we can go through it, because some people are asking about how many letters they are. So the kit that we have is, so as you can see, we've got the lettering on, okay, but if you just move that out the way, Bella, the bottom one,
Okay.
and then you can go through it, go through the actual junk journal that you've done.
What, this one? I'm so sorry, you're confusing me. This one?
This one, yes.
Right, okay.
Just because you had it too far up, it needs to go down.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so everybody, you can now see it. If you open it up, you can actually see where we've used the wording and everything like that. So what we're going to do is look at those. So if anybody wants to know about that item, it's CC0110, and we've used, as you can see, you've used the actual embellishments. So if Dave's going to come over to me so you can see what's in it, because a lot of people are asking how many letters are in here, so we'll go through the kit. So that's what Bella was just pointing to, the birds that was in there. So these are from K & Co, and you're going to get that whole, that's got 19 embellishments on there. You've got 69 in there, I'm not going to count them all, and 24.
The wording that I've done, so I've got BU on the front, and I've put have fun on this one, and I've put just live on here, and I've still got all of these letters left. So it's a case then of having a look. I'm not going to be able to get
No, I wouldn't go into it.
No, but there's, you can see there's still loads left in the box.
Right, everybody, because now we're coming to the end of the show. If anybody has questions, let us know. But just to recap on a couple of things, okay? The rice paper, I think somebody's asked for the rice paper again. So this is what Bella had used, is the set of 4 rice papers. So there is that one, that beautiful wood grain. You've got that lovely vintage feel, and you have these 2 floral ones. So the rice paper is CC0107. And then as I go through it all, you can actually see that it is a full A4 size, and Bella's showing you the top techniques to use it. So to create that lovely junk journal, it is honestly, these rice papers are a must. Now, talking about the must is those paints. Now, Bella's right. Normally some paints are glossy. These ones are the acrylic give you a lovely matte finish from Folk Art Paint. So you're going to get those 4 colours as well as the palette. And that is, everybody, CC0106, normally $12.99, and it's only $7.99, everybody. Everybody got loads of messages, everybody's coming through. Bella's just handed me this so we can actually see. So as you can see, doesn't that look gorgeous, everybody? So with the whole collection, we can see that we've used different textures. The other thing that we've used is a stencil. And to me, this will become quickly one of your main favorites. So with the actual stencil, we have actually used on here is CC108 stencil, normally $8.99, and it's only $6.98. So that's the other stencil that she's used along there, and it just finishes it off, everybody. And it gives you a different look to the front of the other one. So just to show you the rice paper that she's used there, and then you've got this one on here. So as you can see, because of the options, she's made it more, give more of a violet and lavender look on here. And what ink did we use again? Just in case anybody wants to know.
Villainous Potion, Saltwater Taffy, and Evergreen Bough.
So they're the 3 colours that we've actually used. And because we wanted to continue the matte finish, just in case anybody wants them, okay, they're all the oxide ones. So if anybody wants them, you can add them to the order, you can, and they will give this lovely matte finish that you see everywhere. So you know, from the coffee stains right on to the different elements that you see on there, and it's just such a beautiful. We will probably be putting this on the blog. We're going to be doing a blog as well. I've got loads of, Deborah says, Bella, you make it look so easy.
It is easy.
Anita wants to know what the embellishment set of numbers are. So there were the embellishment set on there. So the embellishments, everybody, was this one, the tag, and also that one there. And that is CC0110. Everybody. And then the last one of the stencils, which is the men's stencil. I don't know why it's called a men's stencil. It just says set 3. So as you can see on there, you have got those 3 stencils, and normally $16.99, and it is only $11.99. So the Create and Cherish that I showed you earlier was the USB key that I did the bookbinding. We will be hunting out the video for that. And that enables you to create those wonderful books and bookbinding effects, and you can sew with them. And that particular one for the USB key, everybody, it is CC0099, and normally $17.99, but it's $9.98. And I know some of you are wanting volume 2, and that's not an issue. The oxides. Do you know what? We need to know what the oxide price is. Susan said, how much will the oxides be?
They were just under £7 last time.
I think they were $6.96 or $6.86, but they'll last you a very long time. And then the last one, about the one that we've launched today, was our fabulous, if you want to create a lovely, with our new Gnome Collection. I mean, you're going to have to recap and watch everything. So we back, if you've missed, if you just joined us, because I've noticed quite a few people have joined. Okay, so as you can see, we have got this beautiful new Gnome Collection to make your memory books. You know, you get the backing papers as well as the writing papers, and you can get it as a digital. This is actually a kit. You get 20 sheets, I think it is on here, enable you to create a book like this. I will get a sample made, okay, and it just look amazing. Your own little notebook or memory book that you're going to do. There is a digital option on here, so if you want it as a digital option, just put digital. I don't think there's a code for this one. No, there isn't. So, but you can just literally put digital, and we'll send you. Oh, there is a digital. There you go, $5.99. I'm looking at the wrong code. CC0111, and that is just the digital option. So anything that I've missed, sorry, I'm laughing because Anne's put. It's called a men's stencil with the brick wall, because it's like talking to a brick wall, talking to men. Anne, what a thing to say. And Susan, sorry, the oxide inks, if you want all 3, just put all 3. Or if you want the purple, there's the or the evergreen or the saltwater taffy, just put it on and we'll add it to your order. Okay, everybody. I think this is a duplicate. Right, okay. Christine, if you think there's a duplication, don't worry about it. We'll get it all sorted out. And Chris, thank you for your thoughts for Monday. And Jenny, bless you, has put the link on how to make a memory book. You're an absolute star, Jenny, so thank you very much. So everybody have a look. If those people want to know how to continue making that book, okay, which is how to actually create that wow factor with the book binding, all you need to do is click on that link at debbiemoredesigns.com, and it shows you there's a video on how to create that. Right, everybody, I think we're nearly at the end. So you could sit down and sort out, pick some winners, and I'll pick a winner as well. So we're back here next Thursday. I know the week is going so quickly, that's for sure. Or I should say the weeks. It'll be the end of the month before I know it. So everybody, I hope you've enjoyed the show. It has been jam-packed. We haven't had time to read out all the comments. The team will be on it tomorrow. We just want to basically pick a couple of giveaways. The like and share from last week, okay, we have, I think it's Cynthia Dash that won the actual like and share. I did forget to put it on Facebook, and we had a couple of giveaways. So we're going to actually
I've just picked Harry Holton.
Harry, well done. You've won a little bundle of goodies, so that's coming your way. Please private message your postal address, even though I know where you are, okay? For the girls, can you please private message, and I'll pick somebody for a giveaway. There we go. So the person that I'm going to pick is Mandy Reilly. Well done, Mandy. Congratulations, you've won a little giveaway. Can you please private message your details over to the team, and we'll get you a giveaway sent out. And then tomorrow, well, no, it won't be tomorrow because we're not there. And then for the winner for, so we've done a like and share, and I've actually picked another little giveaway just now. And then the other thing to share is the giveaway for everybody. So if you're new to my Facebook Live, this only happens on a Thursday because we will be starting off doing Mondays very soon. But this is happening on a Thursday. Every Thursday, we give you a little present. And there is a catch. You have to make something with it. We started this just after lockdown. It was a way to give back to all you wonderful crafters out there. Just to say thank you for your continued support, because without you, we would not be here, would we?
No.
And you keep us going, that's for sure. So for this week, the code for this week, which is coming up very soon because I don't even know the code. There it is. The code for this week is FB for Facebook, and then MEM for memory, and junk. What a postcode that you've actually done. Postcode? Code even. Yes, everybody, it's been a very long day, and it's going to be a very long weekend for me. But anyway, going back to this, no joke aside, this is a free download kit just for you forever. Simply go to debbiemoredesigns.com. Because you're all members of my crafting community, just go to the members section on the printable download section, and remember today's date. That's why it says the 12th of May, because I'm not going to tell you what you're going to get. You're going to love it because I actually know what you're going to get. It's got flowers in, and it's vintage. That's all I'm going to say. So what will happen is you put that code, it'll go live tomorrow. So don't try and find it tonight because it won't be there. We'll put it on our Facebook tomorrow, probably about midday, about 1 o'clock. It will say it'll be available. And all you need to do is go and search for it, hunt it. It's a treasure hunt. Hunt your treasure, and download it and have lots of fun with it. Catches, please make a card for either charity or a relative, or even for your next door neighbour, just to say thinking of you, and just pass it on the love, really. Yeah. So I know I can see loads and loads of messages coming through for Bella and me, and yes, you can order anything, you can re-watch it. And we're back here. When are we back? Thursday. But Lou Sims is on no, she's not on Facebook. She is on Facebook, but tomorrow she's on Creating Crafts. Sorry, everybody. It's now, I'm getting past the time where I'm getting a bit giggy, aren't I? So Creating Craft tomorrow at 7 o'clock and 11 o'clock. Lou Sims is got the brand new Sweet Dixie Background and More Collection Volume 3 that's been designed by the lovely Sue Dix, and hopefully you can catch one of the shows. And then I'm back here, I don't know if you back here, we might be both back here next Thursday at 6:30, and I'm going home now. Okay, well actually I'm not, I'm going to drive back to Darlington. Anyway, I think I should sign off. Take care, stay safe, God bless, lots of love. I'll see you back here on Thursday, whatever date it is next week, for some ideas for Cars for Men. That's the show for next week. And for those people who know, want some ideas, you need to tune in because I've got some dimensional fun. Take care, all the best, and God bless. Bye-bye for now.